Hello coaches, welcome back to another video. We've got a 2v1 activity this week which is focused around tackling and defending. Really simple, like a lot of our drills. You can adapt this for ages, for abilities. And what we're looking at is that defending and that tackling side of things, which is quite a hard thing to coach sometimes. Certainly in our experience, you get some children that are happy to fly into anything, whether it's a 50-50 or a 90-10, they're not bothered, they'll just go and try and win the ball. Then you've got the kids that are maybe a little bit more timid, that simply don't like tackling, don't want to put the foot in, think they might get hurt. And both can be tough to coach. This one's a good activity because it shows the kids that are all guns blazing and fly into everything that there's maybe times to do that and times not to, and they'll have some success and failure based on their approach. And then it shows the children that are maybe a little bit more timid that a good defender doesn't always need to be somebody that is flying into a tackle and making these big challenges. They can do other things, looking at some of the defensive principles, i.e. things like delaying. So this is a great activity for both. Let's have a look at it on Tactical Pad now, and then we'll show you a real life example from one of our recent sessions. So like I said, really easy to set up. You've got two players, the Reds playing together. You've got one stood in a gate. You've got the blue player to the left of the goal. And all we're looking at is the number 4 is going to pass to number 5. As soon as the blue sees that ball leave 4's feet, he or she is going to go try and close them down and make a tackle. The Reds are going to play together to try and score in the goal at the bottom. The blue is going to try and intercept, tackle and score a goal at the top. How you can vary this one is you can actually look at stuff like receiving skills. So for number 5, you could have he or she running towards the gate to receive the ball, as an example, just to mix things up a little bit. But with this session this week, it was more around the defending side of things. So let's look at some examples from our sessions when we did this one. There's some key points of all this, and when we're working with the defenders, we're going to be looking at, can they first win the ball? Can they get there without this happening here? So the players have just played around him and slotted it home. So we're looking at, okay, check the pass. Is the pass hard? Is it going to get to that player? Is it a little bit too soft? Is the first touch good or bad? So we're looking at trigger points, basically, for them to understand, right, okay, I can go and win that ball. I don't need to worry about the second player. I can get to that ball because he's been a bad touch, it's a slow pass, whatever it might be. So if it's a yes to any of those, go do it, go get it. If it's a no, we're looking then at, okay, can I delay them? Can I slow them down a little bit? In a game situation, a delay would mean that their teammates can get back into play. In this example here, we're going to look at delaying, so then we can maybe just make it a little bit easier for ourselves, make it harder for them, and then try to win the ball. So you'll see some examples coming up of when that happens. So it's, let's make it hard. Let's get our body position to show them away from goal. Let's keep scanning to check where that other player is, and basically just move them further and further away from where they want to be. At that point then, can we nick it and can we go and score? Just repeat that last clip here and just look at a point. So if we hold it there, you'll see it's things like this that we're maybe looking out for, where the blue player's positioned himself pretty well between the attacker 1 and the person that the attacker wants to pass it to. I'd probably say he might need to get side on a little bit more just so he can see the second player a little bit better. But not a bad position, and in the end, he forces the error. So it's for them to understand that they don't always have to go win the ball. They can do things like this in order to help the team and regain possession.